Something very serious just happened to Britney Spears, and the details coming out afterward are raising even more questions about what's really going on behind the scenes. Because while fans were shocked to hear that Britney had been arrested for DUI, people inside her inner circle say this didn't come out of nowhere. In fact, according to new reports, there were warning signs building up for weeks.
Like this kind of a thing?
And one major decision Britney made shortly before the arrest may have removed the last safety net she had around her. The biggest shock?
Do you know who it is?
Britney had two sober coaches working closely with her, and they were both fired not long before the DUI incident. For many people who have been following Britney's journey since the end of her conservatorship, that detail immediately raised alarms. Because ever since the conservatorship ended, Britney has been completely in control of her life again. No court oversight. No legal guardians managing her decisions. And while that freedom was something millions of fans fought for during the Free Britney movement, it also meant that the structure surrounding her life changed dramatically overnight. During the conservatorship years, there were people constantly monitoring her schedule, her health, and her day-to-day life. But after it ended, those guardrails disappeared. So when reports surfaced that Britney had hired sober coaches, many insiders actually saw that as a positive sign. It suggested she was aware that maintaining balance in her life might require support. Those sober coaches weren't just casual assistants. Their entire role was to help someone stay accountable, stay sober, and avoid situations that could lead to relapse. And for a long time, they were reportedly some of the only people in Britney's life specifically focused on that responsibility. But just weeks before the DUI arrest, both of them were let go. No one has publicly explained exactly why Britney decided to fire them. The details remain unclear. But the timing has left people around her deeply concerned. Because once those coaches were gone, there was suddenly no one in her immediate circle responsible for helping monitor those struggles. And that brings us to the night of the arrest. According to reports, Britney was pulled over late at night while driving by herself. It wasn't necessarily a wild high-speed situation or a dramatic police chase. But officers allegedly suspected she had been drinking, which led to the DUI arrest. What made the situation even more concerning was that authorities reportedly believed alcohol might not have been the only factor involved. Officers said her behavior suggested there could be other substances in her system as well. Because of that, blood tests were taken to determine whether anything besides alcohol may have played a role.
Like you'd know, you're always
Those results could determine whether additional charges might eventually be added to the case. And while that part of the investigation continues, another detail from Britney's life has also started raising eyebrows. Shortly before the sober coaches were reportedly fired, Britney finalized a massive financial deal.
They drive me crazy.
She sold her music catalog for over $200 million. For most artists, selling their catalog is one of the biggest business moves they can make.
So what am I supposed to do? I mean, I can't tell my dad I want to go back home.
It essentially means giving up ownership of the songs that defined their career in exchange for an enormous payout.
He needs to realize
but according to sources, the timing of that deal lined up almost exactly with the moment the sober coaches were dismissed. Now, no one has confirmed that the two events are directly connected.
Easier, huh?
But the fact that they happened so close together has made some people around the situation uneasy. Because suddenly Britney had complete independence, a massive financial windfall, and fewer people in her life responsible for keeping her grounded. When news of the DUI arrest broke, Britney's manager spoke publicly about it.
Sure, thanks.
And his response was surprisingly honest. Instead of downplaying the situation, he suggested the arrest might actually become a turning point. He said he hoped the incident could serve as a trigger for what he called long overdue changes in Britney's life. That statement caught a lot of attention, because it hinted that the people closest to Britney may have already been worried about what was happening behind the scenes. According to sources, Britney herself may not be completely opposed to getting help. In fact, insiders say she has been open to hearing suggestions about entering a treatment program. Nothing has been officially confirmed yet, but conversations about rehab are reportedly happening among the people around her. And that decision could potentially come before her court date, which is scheduled for May 4th. If Britney voluntarily entered treatment before that hearing, it it could significantly change how the legal situation unfolds. But the legal drama is only one part of the story. Because this situation is also forcing some people to rethink the entire narrative surrounding Britney's freedom over the past few years. During the Free Britney movement, millions of fans believed Britney had been unfairly controlled for years under the conservatorship. Supporters argued that she deserved full independence and the right to run her own life. And eventually, the courts agreed. The conservatorship was terminated, and Britney regained control over her finances, her career, and her personal decisions. At the time, it was celebrated as a massive victory. But now, a small number of former supporters are starting to admit that the reality may be more complicated than they originally believed. One outspoken supporter of the Free Britney movement recently spoke about how her perspective has changed. She explained that at first, she fully believed Britney simply needed to be freed from control. But over time, certain things made her pause. Strange social media posts. Videos that worried fans. Moments where Britney appeared to be struggling in ways that were hard to explain. For example, one viral moment that sparked widespread concern involved Britney dancing on social media while holding large knives. While some fans defended the video as harmless performance art, others felt it showed something deeper might be going on. And for that former supporter, moments like that made her realize the situation might not be as simple as it once seemed. That doesn't mean people want Britney back under a conservatorship. In fact, most experts say that scenario is extremely unlikely. After everything Britney endured, the legal system has changed significantly. Courts now scrutinize conservatorship much more closely, especially after the public backlash surrounding her case. Putting Britney back under that type of control would be incredibly difficult.
Right now, just being single.
But many people believe there is a middle ground. Instead of legal control, what Britney may need most right now is a reliable support system. People she trusts.
I'm going to be filming that, and
people who genuinely care about her well-being. And people who can help her navigate the pressures that come with being one of the most famous celebrities in the world. And interestingly, some of that support might come from her own family. One of the most hopeful developments in Britney's life recently has been her relationship with her sons.
Yes, I think I can.
Okay.
For years, Britney's relationship with them was strained and distant. But recently, there have been signs that things are improving.
Like this kind of a thing?
That's it.
Britney has shared posts showing that she's been spending more time with them. And people close to her say she's been actively working to rebuild that connection.
I think it's mine.
It's
Her
you!
manager even suggested that her sons could play an important role in helping her move forward. If Britney does decide to enter treatment or make major life changes, having family support could make a huge difference. Because ultimately, this situation highlights a bigger issue that many celebrities face. Fame can create an incredibly isolating environment. Even when someone is surrounded by assistants, managers, and security teams, it doesn't always mean they have real emotional support.
Are you gonna celebrate?
And for someone like Britney Spears, who has spent most of her life under the microscope, the pressure can be overwhelming. From becoming a global superstar as a teenager, to the public breakdowns that dominated headlines, to the years under conservatorship, and now the complicated reality of independence. Britney's life has never followed a simple path. Right now, the DUI case is still unfolding. Test results are still pending. And decisions about treatment or next steps haven't been finalized. But one thing is clear. The conversation around Britney Spears is changing again. For years, the public debate was about whether she deserved freedom. Now, the bigger question might be something else entirely. Who's truly looking out for Britney Spears today, and does she have the support she needs moving forward? Because the next chapter of her life may depend on the answer to that question.